On today's episode of Nkani With Nkashiyandi, I'll be sitting down with a good friend and partner in various business ventures, Mainonge Mungalu. Mainonge is a stunning entrepreneur and former model who's turned her passion for fashion into a reality. As the founder of Minus Closet Boutique, Mainonge is on a mission to empower Zambian women with stylish quality pieces at affordable prices. From strutting down international runways to building a brand that's all about confidence, elegance, and service, Mainonge's journey is a true inspiration. Tune in and be inspired by Mainonge's entrepreneur spirit and vision for fashion. Hi Mainonge, welcome to Nkani With Nkashiyandi.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. First of all, just so you know, I'm wearing full Mino's Closet, head to toe, dress, shoes, earrings, the whole shebang. Mino's Closet today's fully sponsored outfit. I appreciate you, darling.
Look fabulous, and I hope you are happy and feeling confident.
I'm super confident. I'm sure you can tell that. You've just, opened this new store, which is barely like a year. I'm so proud of you, by the way.
We actually clocked a year in March.
Really?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, because my audience don't know you the way I know you, I've known you from the heydays, if you may, when you were young, fresh, slim and gorgeous lady. Still gorgeous, but she was just a tad little bit of a diva then. I've known you since these days, Mainonge, as a model, as a professional model. Just walk us through the journey of being a model into being an entrepreneur today.
Honestly, I must say that I think modeling follows me. It chose me. My first encounter in modeling was actually at a birthday party.
Okay.
Yes, I was invited to a friend's birthday party. I think I was about 9 years old. And I thought of myself to be shy, but then we were all encouraged to take part in this modeling game. Yes, and I won.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I won some money actually.
Before the money part, I have some sachets. Is that what you call them?
Sash,
yes. Sash? Okay. So I have a few from your previous pageants, and this one says Miss National College 2002.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And then we also have first runner-up Miss Tourism Zambia. First of all, congratulations to the then Mainonge.
Thank you.
Tell us a bit about how it was being a model and, of course, winning all these awards and the money and transitioning into the business owner that you are, the powerful businesswoman that you are today.
Okay, no, I'm honored to share my journey. So besides the birthday party encounter, my first modeling competition, again, I was encouraged. I didn't go for it, but I was encouraged by a former classmate, Carol. We used to walk home together from school. I was at St. Mary's. Yeah, and she'd always tell me, don't slouch, you're so tall, you could make a good model. And then we had some youths from Go Center Church that were organizing a pageant to basically show modeling in a wholesome Christian way. I was in my 10th grade then in 1998. Yeah,
oh, wow.
Telling my age here.
Not this one.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything saved from that pageant, but I won the pageant.
Wow.
Again. Yes, yeah. So that was my first pageant. And it sparked something in me after that. Then the next pageants I took part in, I actually went and registered to take part in. So after 1998, when I was in grade 12, in the year 2000, I took part first in Miss Community, which was organized by Rotaract Club. I scooped that one.
Lovely.
Yes. And then I also took part in Miss Lusaka. Yes, that was in 2000 as well. And I was honored again to have scooped it.
It's the award after award. Like Oprah said, you get an award, you get an award. That was you basically.
Yes. So after the two, I went on to college. That's the one that you just showed. I was at National College, now Mulungushi University.
That's this one, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I won that one as well. Yes.
And I like that you've treasured all these things.
Yes. I wish I treasured more. I didn't really pay too much attention.
You really should.
Yes. Even I do have some photos
nice.
from Miss National College and Miss Lusaka. And then one significant pageant I took part in actually was the Miss Tourism, because we learned a lot during the Miss Tourism.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't scoop the Miss Tourism. The late Mofia Chisenga is the one that scooped it.
Okay.
But I was privileged. I was chosen to go and participate in the Miss Tourism World side by side with her.
Wow.
Yes, and that was the last pageant that I took part in.
Oh, wow.
Because I realized that there is so much that you need to invest in order for you to actually, scoop these awards at an international level compared to how it was at Zambian standards, really. Yes. So after that, I took part in, even before, I did take part in fashion shows.
Okay.
Yes, I took part, I think, in about 4 Zambia fashion weeks.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, and I modeled for some designers, like private shows for designers. That was really my modeling journey up until I had my daughter.
Oh, yes. my soon to be my soon to be in-law.
Yes, after I had my daughter, I decided to focus more on a more structured career. Yes, even before then, I kind of reduced on the modeling ground because I had to focus on my job. Yes, I took on a job with Karumbila Minerals when they were still exploring, not the mine that it is today.
Okay.
Yes, so my boss then was very strict in saying that I needed to devote more attention to my job then. So in terms of transitioning to my business, I think it was more instinct for me to move to Minos. Yes, because after my being in a business administration, I stayed at home for a while as a housewife, but I didn't find it fulfilling. I knew that I needed to do something, and then it had nothing to do with modeling. It was more to do with making money. Okay. Yes. So I moved from being a housewife. I sold my property. I was building a house. Yes. And then I just decided
the whole thing.
Yes, I had to.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because my mom was into import and export trading. She was one of the first business women to travel to South Africa, and she kept on saying, Mainonge, just go to China. You'll see, you'll come and tell me. And for sure, I started off with China. And my husband then, he helped me through the journey as well.
Okay.
Yes, so I started traveling to China. I didn't really have a proper plan, honestly. Yes, and I made a lot of mistakes. I lost a lot of money because I started off with bringing furniture, tiles, anything I saw, I brought, hoping to make money.
Everything under the sun, 99 jobs.
Yes, but as I later learned, making money is not really that way. There is a lot that you need to learn, So eventually, I saw that I was attracted. I still had that passion for fashion. Like in everything that I was doing, I found satisfaction in selling clothing. So that's how I decided to focus on clothing.
Now, I get that you definitely started somewhere, which is the mistake of going into something that you absolutely did not plan. When you decided you're going to do fashion, did you think that you were going to have difficulties in doing it, or you thought it was just going to be something smooth sailing? We're going to start selling clothes and it's going to be excellent? And if the answer is yes or no, kindly share with us some of the challenges that you've had in this business of being a boutique owner.
Okay, so I must say that when I started the boutique business or the clothing business, I did not have a store. Okay, back then it was putting clothes in bags and then going to people's offices or people coming to my house. For me, I think most customers came to my house more so than me going to where my customers were. Yes, so I started off selling from bags, and then it became a necessity for me to have a store, and that store was within my property.
Okay.
Yes, so I have two houses where I live, and one of them was vacant. We just used it for storage.
Okay.
So what happened is that whenever customers came, and it's so funny because if you came to my living room 10 years ago, I had a shoe rack in my living room. I had a clothing rack in my living room. And then I had people coming in after work, who wanted to see what I had. So I would find myself having to pack those clothes at midnight and so on and so forth. So I decided to move those bags basically or my stock into the next building that I had within my property. Yeah. So it wasn't per se something that was planned like I did for my second store. So I had nails in the wall where I'll just put like a hanger, just at least to show that this is what I have, and then the rest is in the bags.
Yes.
Yes. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, it does. I mean, because already I've picked up the challenge of having people coming home at midnight or awkward hours. Maybe not so much at midnight, but like at awkward hours, and that's your time.
Because when women shop, they shop. And with me, you would know that people stay even 2-3 hours because I like to help my customers to style their outfits rather than just buy the clothes. Yes. So.
I think that's one of the things that I like about coming to Mino's Closet. I mean, it's not even today's outfit. I think we went through 3 picks. We had 3 picks, and then it was, no, look, we're not going to go with this. We're just going to end up going with this. We're not going to fit this. And I like the fact that you know what my body looks like. You know what's right for my body. And I think those are some of the things I appreciate about here. You like to appreciate the customer's body, and it's not about, oh, you have to be big, small, or really petite, or really that big. I think you appreciate all your customers, which is one of your superpowers. You appreciate your customers. You know what they would like. You know what would look good on them. You know how to make the customer happy as they leave. They're not just leaving with an empty purse, but but they're leaving with their heart full that they've actually gotten something from the store. It's not just, oh, I bought something and tomorrow I'm going to wear it and that's it. It's an experience that you offer. Now, when you mentioned earlier on that your then husband helped you along the way and all of that. Would you care to just share what it was like then and what it's like now to not have a supportive spouse and to going into not having that spouse? I think divorce is actually something that may obviously have affected the business in one way or another. Would you mind sharing your journey on how you transitioned from being that woman to being the woman you are now?
Yeah. Firstly, I must say that when I say that my husband then was supportive, business is not as easy as it looks. So for me, at least, maybe for others, it may be easy. It requires a lot of investing. So the fact that I didn't have to say that I'm paying for school fees for my kids, I have to take care of my home in terms of finances, etc. My husband then did all of that.
Yes.
So everything that I made, I reinvested in the business. So I really appreciated that support. He still is a very supportive father. At least he aids me when it comes to that. So at least it helps me to focus on growing my business. I can't say that I could have grown my business on my own.
Okay.
Yes, I needed that support. Yes.
Would you say divorce has changed you now?
In some way, of course.
Emotionally, physically, what would you think would be the most significant thing?
I think I have more time. I have more time to think about me. Because when you're married, you devote yourself to someone, and culturally, across the board, when you get home, you have to think of your partner, what your partner needs to eat. So there is that time that you put in, you see. But now that I'm not married, it's more so to do with the children. Yes, but I think it's a different. It's on a different scale. The time that you put in for your kids, and then for your husband. I'm more liberal.
I hear you.
In some aspects,
I hear you.
Yes, so I can work at any time. I can get up in the middle of the night and say that, okay, I want to. Most of the time, if I do, I'm doing some research on, what I want to bring. Because I always have to be researching on what's
to do,
in, like what my customers want, etc. And because I import my clothing, so because of the time differences, at least I can get to do that in the middle of the night if I want. I did have some times when I could do that when I was married, but not as much. So yes,
I can imagine what it's like to have to be texting whilst your spouse is trying to. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. So I mean, whilst we're still on challenges, business challenges, I would like you to just share what it was like. We had COVID-19. Then, as if that was not bad enough, we had 12 hours of load shedding, 8 hours. I think now we're at 5. Like I literally can't keep up myself anymore. But
it's crazy.
It's crazy. So I'd like you to just share in terms of those challenges that we've had. I know. I mean, everybody will now say, "Oh, get over it." We've had this power challenge for a long time and whatever. But just so that everybody out there who's also maybe in a similar business, or even just trying to start a business and finding out what your experiences were like, what were the challenges that you faced with COVID-19 and the now power outages, and how have you been, I will say, managing them? Because I think it's still a thing now. So I would say, how are you managing those situations right now? Are you looking for stylish quality pieces that make you feel confident and empowered? Look no further than Minos Closet, proudly located in Kablonga and Roma. As the wardrobe sponsor of Nkani With Nkashiyandi podcast, Minos Closet is dedicated to providing Zambian women with fashionable, affordable, and high-quality clothing. From workwear to evening wear, Minos Closet has you covered. Minos Closet, keeping it classy.
I think with managing challenges, I always say you have to keep learning. For me, I just keep learning. I always find ways to tackle whatever problems that I have. I remember when COVID happened, my biggest challenge at the time was because I was used to sourcing goods via travel.
Right.
And then we couldn't travel. So there is also some pros that came out of COVID because I had to learn how to source goods online.
Okay.
Yeah, rather than me always having to travel. Of course, there's some disadvantages again with ordering online because for me, I'm very, very particular about quality. And I must mention that that's also one aspect that prompted me to continue with my clothing business. So for 2 years, I lived in Munich, in Germany, and you know how Germans are when it comes to quality. So the part of me living in Germany is what has helped me in terms of ensuring quality for the products that I bring. I really, really appreciated the types of products that they have. Not only in Germany, I mean, I did travel to some other European countries, and I saw that there was a difference with the type of products that we had then, especially. And if you get like quality clothing here, it would be quite expensive.
Of course.
So that's why I wanted to bring quality, affordable clothing, and then I would have to travel. So it wasn't just to China. I traveled to different countries. Of course, I was privileged at the time to get some free tickets sometimes to travel to different countries, and quality was of importance to me. Yes, but when COVID happened, it's very difficult to have quality control when you're not there. Yeah, so that was one of the challenges that I experienced. And then of course I had to learn online, which was good for the business because you save from the travel.
Yes.
Eventually, once
Yes.
you get a hang of it.
Yes.
Yes. And then now when it comes to load shedding, oh, I think from my experience, load shedding has affected a lot of businesses.
Yes.
When I look at the way the economy is right now, for me, I think it's mostly to do with load shedding. And when I opened my second store in Kablonga, is the week that load shedding started. So it had a huge effect on my revenue, you know. But you have to push through as an entrepreneur. Once you are in it,
there's no turning back.
Exactly. You find ways on how you progress, on how you move forward. Every day is a learning curve. Yeah.
I think COVID was probably something that maybe we can even say trained us. Trained us into maybe all of this, because now like load shedding is just like, oh, we have to live with this. Let's move on with it, And likewise, I think all businesses are moving on. Now, going into you as Mainonge and being a mother, how do you think you are balancing or prioritizing or whatever it is that you think is the rightful term for it in regards to family, business, as well as just your personal life away from family?
So it's that balance. And we always say that life is about balance. So how I achieve that balance is, like you've rightly put it, it's prioritizing. Okay. There are some days when my business will be more of a priority over my children. But the most important aspect, and I would say that I'm privileged to have help. I have a team at home that helps me. I have a team at Minos that helps me, so at least it helps me to balance my time. I don't think that I would achieve what I've been able to achieve if I didn't have the people that I have with me. So
that's great. It's basically a great support system, in short.
Exactly.
I love that. And in regards to just, this is fashion. I can think of probably off the top of my head 5 to 10 boutiques that I know or I see online. And you mentioned something about learning how COVID taught you how to purchase things from abroad without you having to go there. The perks were that it didn't have any cost in you actually going and booking hotels and booking flights. Those were the perks. But COVID also taught people how to buy online, just like you are now buying online.
Yes.
It's also taught us to buy online either from local stores or abroad. How are you managing to stay on trends? And that is the trends that are going either back and forth. Now we have the wide jeans.
Yes.
Back then people were wearing only skinny jeans. How are you managing this with your customers? How are you staying at par with the trends?
Research. Number one on staying on top of the game is research. I'm always out there learning. Research is about learning. Yes. And I think COVID also is what pushed us to social media somehow. Yeah, that's also inclusive of how I sell my products.
Right.
Yes, because like I said, when I started this business, I didn't per se have a vision of how I wanted it to grow, as in how it is right now. So we had to go on social media now. It was, I think that's when most of these, what do you call them?
TikTok.
Yeah, these trends that have come in when people were at home, they would do these challenges and things like that. And then in the process, there was more viewership, on social media. But also, I started this journey about 10 years ago. So I'm privileged to have some customers that have stayed on with me since inception.
Wow.
And my business, even without social media at the time, it was via word of mouth. And I think because with clothing, and somehow I think that's the disadvantage of social media, because except that the quality is improving.
Okay.
But sometimes you can look at something, but when you have it in person, the quality is
totally different.
And much of the time, my customers come to me. Of course, we do have hiccups here and there when it comes to quality, because we are not making the clothes. We are sourcing them. Sometimes our suppliers disappoint us. But on the top of my list is quality. Quality products and quality service.
I can attest to that.
I'm happy
Both,
to
actually.
hear. Thank you for that. Yeah, so because I have been to stores where you walk in and they won't even pay attention to you. You see, so for me, I train my team to say that you have to serve customers. They are the reason why
you're making the money.
Exactly.
You're getting
and
paid.
People want to have an experience. And mind you, part of my motivation for having the store is to make people feel good about themselves, because that's what I learned in pageantry. You had to go out and source clothes and come up with these outfits. You had to be innovative. And when you're on stage, you can't be on stage wearing rags.
No.
I mean, there are some people who have that natural confidence, but when you look good, you feel good.
Right.
You want that feel good service to your customers. Yes. So I think for me, it's the quality and also the service that we bring. And then to add on, I really do try to assist my customers with styling.
Yes.
Because I know that it's not just the aspect of you wearing a dress, but it's also how you wear it. Absolutely. And how it suits your body, like you had also mentioned.
Absolutely.
It's not a uniform.
Speaking of assisting clients and what to wear and all of that, I know you have children and women's clothing.
Yes.
Would you say having a little mini you inspired you to get into the children's wear? And are we looking at maybe having menswear as well, the possibilities of that?
Actually, I used to stock menswear. Yes, because when I started shopping for my store, I would also add on items for my children. And I had customers who, usually customers are what lead you to what you bring. Yes. You have to listen to your customer needs. So my customers would always say, no, you bring something so that we shop for our kids. But because I would shop for my kids and they saw what I would bring for them, and then I was encouraged, and then I brought in kids clothing. So COVID is what affected my line for menswear. And I also realized that with the growing competition, I had to refine the products that I bring. I wanted to improve first on the ladies line and the children's line as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So, I mean, I know we may be rushing you a little bit on this one, but in terms of the future of Mino's Closet, are we looking at expanding? I mean, congratulations on having 2 stores, but are we looking at more? I mean, I know you have a big mindset. I know you dream big. Are we looking at more Mino's Closet stores, or are you maybe expanding to out of town stores? What's next for Mino's Closet?
That's a tough question. I've thought of expanding. Yes, I've thought of expanding, but I'm not sure about it because I haven't figured out how the personalized shopping experience would work. I would really need to maybe improve our team in terms of how we serve our customers. I wouldn't want to just have a shop. Yeah. I want to maintain that quality service. I want to get a team that understands that, it's not just buying, it's the relationship that you have, because when customers come, it's like a home. Minos is like a home. This is why I put my stores in a home style environment, because people should feel relaxed. They should feel understood as well, because shopping can be cumbersome.
I mean, if you enjoy it, not so much.
So that imagine walking into a store and then, some people get overwhelmed. Yes. There are some people who have it natural, and then there are some people who don't have it. So I always tell my team that they need to assist, So I would need that sort of quality in order for me to expand. But on the other hand, I did want to retire at 50.
What are we going to do if imagine we're all going to be looking like if she decides to retire.
No, but if I retire, we could get another managing director, so maybe that managing director will bring in the aspect of growth to other towns. I mean, we are privileged now to have these courier services that easily, send our goods out of town. I mean, we don't just dress people in Osaka. We have customers all over Zambia. I've even sent some products to the US. I do have customers in the US, in Ghana, in South Africa. You know, yes. So it doesn't have to be a physical store, but we do have presence even in other towns.
I want to ask you something that I think you find a little bit different. If you saw the Mainonge, maybe let's give a little visual. If you saw this Mainonge right now and you could speak to her,
oh my God,
and if you could just give us some advice. How old is this Mainonge?
I have to count back. I think she was like 21.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Very ageless, if you ask me. I think, just like your pieces in the store, by the way, very timeless, if you ask me. What advice would you give this Mainonge?
What advice would I give you, Mainonge? I think the first thing I would say, Mainonge, you've got this, girl. You've got this, girl. Like, keep pushing, keep learning. I don't know. What would you give?
The old me? I would be giving the old me too much advice. It would be a lot.
Yes.
I think because we have transitioned from different, I think we're the generation that is probably going to see more generations than we could possibly think. But as a millennial, I don't think there's a lot of things I would change because they have shaped me into the person that I am.
Yeah.
However, the advice that I would be giving me is to just stop doubting myself.
Exactly. You've got this, girl. And then I've just thought of something. The other thing is just to be patient
with yourself.
Yes, I think that I was in a hurry in some aspects, and I've just learned to just relax a little bit, and one of my favorite scriptures is time and chance happens to them all. I just live and have fun.
So since this is just advice for the then Mainonge, what advice would you be giving to just a young entrepreneur that is trying to start out today, wants to be like Mainonge, maybe not win all these pageants,
or
but
maybe yes.
Or maybe yes too, but someone that is aspiring to do what it is that you're doing right now, what advice would you be giving?
I would say if you want to take on this entrepreneurial journey, start. Apart from young people, I equally have friends whom I've seen that have brilliant ideas, but then they are waiting for the perfect moment. There is never a perfect moment. I know some people may say, oh no, but you had this property that you sold, etc. I lost that money. It's a long story for another day, but I lost that money and I had to start over, and I was lucky enough to take part in an entrepreneurship course with We Create, and they taught us on bootstrapping, which means you start with what you have. For example, if you have a set of pots, sell it and use that money to start your business. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start with what you have. You have so much just around you, whether it's people who could help you, like I had a home where I could set up store. I could see that there were bougie stores out there, but I had to use what I have.
And also it was cost saving.
Exactly.
Think about it.
Yeah. And you know, when you don't have the funds, you just have to start. Even if it's with 5 dresses, start.
Do you think that the generation now believes that everything just starts with money and they don't believe in putting in the work?
There is a lot of pressure, Stephanie. You can't blame this generation, especially with social media. There is so much pressure where you feel you need to have it a certain way, you know. But like I'm saying, it's a day at a time, and you have to just have thick skin to say, this is the journey that I'm going to take. This is me. I'm not them, and I have to take this direction. And I think one of the most important things for me personally is learning. Read books on people, you know, who've achieved what, who've been successful in their entrepreneurship journey, listening or watching podcasts like this one, you know, just learn. There is so much information out there. Yeah.
And I think the generation now, unfortunately, do have a lot of information. I think it's the kind of information that they're trying to consume, which makes it a little tad different for everyone.
To be careful and
you have to be
disciplined.
careful. Yes, you have to be careful. So I think in regards to what Mainonge says, if you're listening or watching, please be careful and be mindful of the kind of things that you have access to, because yes, there is access to everything, but it looks all glamorous on camera until you actually get into it. So last but not least, to your customers, to your loyal customers that you've had for 11 years, what are we looking forward to see, and what is your vote of thanks to your customers?
Wow. Mostly, we don't take you for granted. I really appreciate my customers, especially those that have been with me since I began this journey. You know, we do make mistakes, but there are some customers who are always there with us, advising. Like I said, Minos is a family. You know, we have family members. We have some that we even call board members, you know, because I've been through a lot of challenges, as I've indicated. You know, like there was a time when I was pregnant for my little one who's 3 years old, and I couldn't model, you know, because you need to model to market your clothes.
Right.
You know, there's so much that happens, you know, after pregnancy as well. You know, there are times when I didn't have any help with my store, but there are people who came through to assist, you know. So I really value that family that I've built with my customers, and more especially that they always recommend us, you know, and even with the feedback that they give us, it helps us to grow. Yeah. So I am very appreciative of you, Minos family. And you, Stephanie.
Of course, and I'm appreciative of you. I mean, if I'm going to look this good every day, why would I not? Besides, I look good even at home, by the way. You know, when I wear her clothes, I look good at home as well. So don't get it twisted. But thank you so much for your time.
No,
thank you for sharing your journey with us. I think it's been very humbling to me to listen to your journey, to be encouraged by your journey, and I hope somebody out there is also encouraged. And I hope everybody who's watching and listening subscribes, likes, shares, and don't forget to leave a comment just to tell us about what you think about this podcast. Thank you for coming to.
Thank you for having me. I'm really honored. Thank you so much.